Hey everyone, this is Cradiac. I just wanted to do a quick video on PortablizeMii. There was some confusion on a subreddit that I'm on about what it is and about, why you might want to use it. What's the difference between that and the regular emulators that you would run. So I just want to give a quick rundown on what it is. There's a lot of information available on this in BitBuilt.net. That's where this tool comes from. There's videos and stuff like that that go a lot more in depth than what I'm going to, but this is just a quick video for those who couldn't find that information or who just didn't feel like reading it all. So if you want more information, definitely go there. I'll have information in the description so you can go read up on that, and in case you want to download the tool yourself. But basically what it is a preloader for the Nintendo Wii, and this is my Wii Portable in case you didn't know what that was. There's a Wii inside there, and it's a preloader that instead of loading the regular Wii home screen, it'll load to this instead. You can still access that. You can go into the Wii home screen from here if you want, but this is basically an all-in-one spot for you to find all of your games, all of your ROMs and stuff like that. You can play your Wii games, your GameCube games, and any of your old games on here. So right now I'm in the emulator section where I'll go ahead and get a little closer. I'll show you what it looks like from the boot. So from a cold boot with the system turned off, I'll show you what it looks like. And this can all be controlled with the Wiimote or with a GameCube controller. I'm using a GameCube controller to control it, which is nice. That way, in case you are building a portable without a Bluetooth, it doesn't require that, in case you're just going to use it for GameCube games or something. So you actually don't have to have it at all if you use this. So as soon as it boots up, it'll boot to the last screen that it was on, which for me was emulators. These are the GameCube games here. And I'll go ahead and come up here so you can have a little bit of a better shot. Alright. It's got Wii games. Sorry about the autofocus on here. Since it's so close, it's going to keep on doing that. I know it's kind of annoying. There's the Wii games. Channels, if you've got any on there. And your homebrew stuff. So, and as you can see, it's still got Nintendo on here. It actually uses those emulators in the software, but it just makes it so that you can access all of it from one place. So I'm going to go ahead and come back here so autofocus doesn't keep going crazy, hopefully. And if you go to any one of these games, like for instance, this is Donkey Kong Country for the SNES. So whenever it boots up, it'll boot up using the software, emulator that it would usually use. So as you can see, this is SNES 9GX or XGX. That's the regular one that you would normally see used. So it's not replacing any of those. It's just making it so all your games and everything are in one place. And it looks really cool. It looks a lot more, I don't know, just cool for lack of a better word, than the typical homebrew, menu that looks kind of generic. I'll go ahead and reset this real quick and boot up a GameCube game. And there's some options whenever you're loading it. If you haven't soft modded already, like I said, you can do that. You can put in the MAC address and it'll give you a letter bomb that you can mod your system with. And there's some other neat things it can do, like it can give you the option to bypass Wi-Fi on startup. So typically the Wii traditionally requires you to have the Wi-Fi chip in order to even turn on, but they figured out a way in here to program it so that it bypasses that before it even starts. So if you have the Bluetooth module removed, it'll still load up. You can customize some other things on there, so those are some neat things. And like I said, there's a lot more that this does that I don't use, so I don't really know all of it. Let me go over here to the GameCube games. I'll load one of those real quick. I'll just do some Super Smash Brothers. It seems like everybody who does any kind of a portable video always demos Super Smash Brothers because it's like the best game for GameCube. And I've got all of this running, by the way, just off of I have a USB drive, actually an SD card in a USB card reader that is running off of a little hub. So not the preferred method. It's certainly not the official approved USB drive for it, but you know, it works. So anyways, but I mean, as you can see, everything works just fine, you know. So, and that's pretty much all there is to oh, one thing that's kind of neat as well. So if you notice, I've got Jigglypuff, which is a hidden character, and no memory card in there. So and that may be something that you can normally do with Nintendo. I'm not sure because I didn't really use it prior to making this. But it's just cool to note that you don't actually need the memory card slot on here to be able to, you know, play your games and stuff. So that's something that's kind of cool. I'm not sure if that's unique to PortablizeMii or not. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I just wanted to show a video explaining what it is. That's why I like to use this. You know, the problem that I was running into is, you know, this game system, the Wii, is pretty old, and it's gone through some different software revisions. And the problem I was having whenever I was trying to mod my system is I couldn't find a place that had current, you know, software that worked as far as getting it soft modded and getting the emulators on here and stuff like that. That worked on the latest version of the Wii, because a lot of the stuff I found was old and outdated, and a lot of it had broken links. So I might get halfway through doing everything, only to find out that some of the files I need are missing. You know, they're no longer, the host sites that had them are no longer in service, or they've been removed, or whatever. So this is an easy way to get all of this stuff on there in a nice compact loader that's got everything you can access from the main screen. So you don't have to go into a bunch of different apps to be able to load this stuff. And it's current. You know, they're obviously not making any more software versions of, you know, they're not upgrading the software on the Wii, the original Wii, anymore. So the stuff that are in these files is always going to work because they're not updating anything. So there's not going to be any compatibility issues. And the guys who made this put a lot of work into it, and I just think that it's great. You know, certainly if you rather would use, you know, GX Loader or, you know, your regular emulators through Homebrew, you can. If you've already got your system modded, unless you just like the way that this looks, you really don't need to put this on there. You know, it's just a preference at that point. But if you've already got everything working, there's really no point in it. You know, this tool is really great for people who are modding a Wii for the first time. If you've got a second Wii that you need to, you know, that you need to get soft modded or something like that, this is really great for that. Or if you're a first time modder, this is the first Wii that I have that I've gone and put all this stuff on. I've soft modded Wiis before, but I didn't have GameCube games running and stuff like that. This just made it much easier. Another thing too, and this is probably the biggest convenience with this, is iOS versions. Okay, so I loathe iOS, and this is one of the things where I told you about finding information and stuff that was outdated. Is I was finding information about how to load GameCube games and Wii games and stuff like that without having to use the disk drive, because I wanted to load it off a USB. That's what a lot of people want to do. And there's like a million iOS versions. And I'm not talking about iPhones, obviously. I'm talking about the software that that the Wii runs off of. And trying to figure out which ones are compatible with which builds of your emulator is a nightmare. And I was just having problems finding current stuff. You know, I would go through and I would load iOS 56, only to find out that iOS 56 is no longer used, and then I find the one that's used and it'd be a broken link. So, like I said, I'm kind of running through the same stuff again, but you don't have to worry about iOS on here. Like, it loads everything just the way that it needs to run all of your games in that initial package. I have no idea what iOS version it's running, but it's running the one that it needs to in order for this stuff to work. So, anyways, if you prefer the other way, that's fine. This is just an alternative, and I think it is a really nice alternative. So, anyways, sorry about the video. I tend to rant, but that's pretty much all I've got to say. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer or point you to a resource where you can find the answers to those questions. I'll put links in the description with the information I'm talking about. And if there's anything that I said that I was off base on, feel free to call me out. I am new to this, so I may have had some stuff wrong. And if there's anything that you'd like to add to what I said, feel free to put that in there as well. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll talk to you guys later.